Hey YouTube, how are you doing today? I'm driving over to Brian's house. He needs help. They upgraded his internet connection, and I don't know, whenever they did rewiring things, the cable running to his router comes out on the wrong side of his office. So he needs help crimping some cables and tidying up wires and stuff. So I'm gonna go over and help him out. But I figured I'd talk to you on the way over there. And, you know, while I was packing up the car, my tools and stuff here, I was wondering, what am I going to talk to YouTube about? And I think I want to talk about 4-inch quadcopters. I was really hoping that when I built the 4-inch Kestrel, I was going to be the first person to discover that a 4-inch is the perfect size for a 250 gram freestyle quad. And I did not discover that at all. I love it. I really do like flying my 4-inch. It has a lot of pep. It cruises fast. It feels more like a 5-inch freestyle quad than my 3-inch does. I like it a lot, but it's not great. You know, there aren't a lot of 4-inch props to choose from. The 1606 motors are just a little bit too weak. They do the job, sort of, but, you know, I bet an 1806 would be a much better motor, but that would be another 20 grams. And I'm already overweight. I'm using a tubby stack. I'm using a 6S stack that would easily work on a 6S 5-inch real racing quad. It's the Acon stack, and that's about 10 grams heavier than the Diatone little stack. And I'm using a big full-size VTX. That's another 10 grams I don't need to be wasting, but I'm up just over 270 grams with the 650 4S, and that's a little bit tubby. And if we had to throw in 1806 motors, we'd be up way up there, almost at 300 grams. And I think it'd be a fun little quad, but I'm unhappy with it. I don't want to get new motors. I don't want to tell you to build a 4-inch. I'm sure my 4-inch would fly fine on that same Diatone 20x20 stack, that little $40 stack that's in my 3-inch. I'm sure that's a big enough ESC for this build. But I paid an extra $40 for the stack. The motors are pretty cheap, at least. A few extra dollars compared to the 1306 Emax motors, though. But this quad's does not fly $40, $50 better than the 3-inch build. And it's heavier. You're not going to be able to fly it in all these places where you're stuck at 255 grams or less. It's a bummer. Maybe if we had some gentler props than the 4x3x3 HQ props, maybe like a 4x2.5 or a 4x2. I'd hate to say a bi-blade, but maybe a bi-blade. There just aren't any props. But we're just build a 3-inch. I guess I could sign off here, Judy. This will be a short video. I'm going to keep you running, though. Maybe I'll think of something else to say. I know what I forgot to mention. The 4-inch, it takes quite a bit less than 20% throttle to cruise and to hover. It probably takes 15% to hover, and a cruise is pretty fast at 20% throttle. But those big props on the tiny motors, it does not handle prop wash very well. I can ease into the throttle and not get any prop wash, but when you're trying to recover from something that's coming out a little too tight, it's tough to not goose the throttle a little too much, especially since it doesn't take a lot of throttle to be too much throttle, So yeah, just for prop wash handling, I would skip 4-inch. We'd probably be okay with a slightly bigger motor and a slightly gentler prop, but we just don't have them. So it's not happening. Sorry, Judy. But that extra punch is nice when you're coming out of a tight power loop or S-turn and you're going to just barely clear the ground or something. It's always nice to have that little bit of extra pep. This is going to be a short video, so I'm not going to give you a big like and subscribe and comment spiel, but it's definitely appreciated. If you want to check out more about my 3-inch and 4-inch Kestrel, I've got links down in the description to the blog posts and probably some of the other videos. But yeah, that's about all I've got to say today. Have a good evening or a day. I don't even know what time it is. Don't work too hard.